More than 2 million people that have been affected by the flooding that has spread across parts of the country's south after a particularly wet, rainy season, and more than 200,000 homes have been completely or partially damaged. People have lost their livelihood, they've lost their homes. Now, Nigeria's National Emergency Management Agency said the release of excess water from a dam in neighboring Cameroon had contributed to the flooding. This particular story is about 600 people that have lost their lives due to the flooding incidents in Nigeria. My name is Modupe Jacobs. Of course, I never do this alone. This is
Adeyeyikwo. Okay, you're never alone, really.
Of course. All right. So, I mean, this is quite on a sad note, like I said. Now, let me give you a background to the story. It says that more than 600 people have died in the worst flooding Nigeria has seen in a decade. According to the Humanitarian Affairs Ministry, we have more than 2 million people that have been affected by the flooding that has spread across parts of the country's south after a particularly wet, rainy season, and more than 200,000 homes have been completely or partially damaged. That's this coming from the ministry. Now, Nigeria's National Emergency Management Agency said the release of excess water from a dam in neighboring Cameroon had contributed to the flooding. This is a really sad one, I mean, because we've been seeing memes that seem like they are funny, but they are not funny because people have lost their livelihood, they've lost their homes. You know, there was a particular one that was trending of a woman trying to explain the extent of the flood, and then she was talking about how there's no food. She was saying it in English wasn't so clear, by the way, so I guess that's why people found it funny. You know, talking about how no food, there's no way for her. She doesn't have a home. She's just there. While some people are even taking videos of them swimming in a pool of water in their living room. I mean, someone actually came out and posted a video talking about how she was sleeping. By the time she woke up, the living room was filled with water, and she remembered that she forgot to switch off, you know, the TV. So as she tried to move close, she felt like the electricity, so she had to go back. So I mean, it is also dangerous, and that's why we have in the news that 600 people have been killed, and I'm scared that the number is going to increase because the climate change issue is something that I don't know if Nigerians already are seeing the extent to which it is affecting us, and we need to do something about it.
Actually, you know, I'm actually going to pick up from two things you said, and one is the first one is with the stuff about the memes. You know, when floodings and things like this happen, a lot of memes usually flood social media. We see some of these things, we interact with them, we laugh at some of these things, but I think that, you know, I think humor is innocent, but I think the responsibility we have in consuming some of these memes that are showing people's livelihood destroyed by water is the remembering that this is a joke, but then there's a reality behind this joke, and the reality behind this joke is that a mother of 2 kids has probably lost all of her, you know, all of her belongings to water. You know, there's this particular song Burna Boy did on his new album, and I really like what he did with the song. I can't say the name because of the name, So you know, in the intro of the song, I think he got a voiceover from a particular news outlet of a woman reporting about how the flooding had destroyed her home in Port Harcourt and things like this. She was talking about Port Harcourt, you know, and Burna Boy was trying to raise awareness about that particular, you know. And the second thing I picked from what you said, and which we need to create more awareness about, awareness is actually growing about on climate change and climate action in Africa and in Nigeria. But I think that, you know, we on Tea or Coffee, you know, media outlets, you know, the government, societies, institutions, we have a responsibility to keep reminding people that climate action is real. It
is real. And I mean, on this note, shout out to those that have been giving out reliefs for people that have suffered from the flooding incidents in Nigeria. More can be done, so more people should rise up and do better. Okay, this will wrap it on this particular story. Stay tuned for more, and do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and of course subscribe and click on the notification bell for more juicy stories. Stay tuned.